if we are live on YouTube and LinkedIn and possibly Instagram, if all the technology is working according to plan. Give me a couple seconds. I want to make sure my tech is working. Do I have the chat settings? I also want to see if I can see the chat here. Test. Can't post some channels. Test. Hopefully, I might not be able to see your chat if you are on LinkedIn. So jump on over to YouTube if you want to chat. I believe that will work. I'm gonna have to edit all this out. So I believe I'm on. Okay, I believe I'm on YouTube and LinkedIn, and we're gonna go live on Instagram. And I gotta cut out all the beginning, but such is life. All right, so here we are back with another episode of the Syncrets To Success podcast. This is a podcast focusing on sync licensing, trailer music, networking, music business, all of the above. And I just so happen to have some files from the latest Ryan Coogler hit, Sinners. It's a great movie, no spoilers here, but Ludwig Göransson, the composer for Sinners and every Ryan Coogler film and a bunch of other stuff, has shared some of the audio files from the score, and I'm going to see what I can do with those audio files today. If my Logic Pro stops acting up, this is weird. Logic is being real funny. I might have to see if I can close it, open it back up. I think we're back. All right, so I'm going to play some of the files that we have. I'm going to open this up. And by we, I mean I. These are, you can actually get these files also. These are officially released from Ludwig. So I'm going to play some of these files. Let's see what we got. I really like that one. I might bring that in. If I hear something, I might just drag it in to see if I can do something with it. Actually, I got to change a setting really quick. So this is just the starting out. I'm going to turn this off so that it doesn't change the actual length of the file when I bring it in. I'm just going to call this guitar sitters. All right, let's keep going. Definitely like that one. This vocals sinners. Artisan Amory, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube to see what I am doing here. And I am working with some of the files from the Sinners film. This is like guitar mute. I like that one. I could just bring them all in because I'm probably going to end up using them all at some point. Guitar mute, mute Sinners. And then what else? We got organ. Really, yeah. All right, you know what? Bring them all in. Bring them all in. Have the three that I have. Banjo. If I make like instruments out of all of them, that could work. I think I have that one. We'll call that electric guitar. Organ. I like the organ. Call this organ sinners. What else we got? Another electric guitar, which I also like. Call this electric guitar 2 sinners. What else? Resonator. I do like this. Sounds like more of a distorted banjo, but we'll say guitar resonator sinners. And then the acoustic guitar, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. All right, let me build out a structure for the track. I'm probably gonna go more trailer style. Let's see what tempo we can do with it. Might go a little faster. It's not bad. Let me bring in some. I'm just gonna start building out like we'll do push it. Just like a structure for a trailer. Those are too much, too crazy. Let me see. I actually have favorites. I use that way too much. That one. I have some favorites. Where's the? It's not bad. What else do we have? We'll take that one. In this case, I do want to turn on that setting that I had before. I'm going to go to set imported files to align. And if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to drop any comments in the chat. Does that put it on the beat? Let's see. 1, 2. Yep. Let's see if we can get one more in there. Maybe that one. It's kind of short. I know everyone's like, what are you doing? Everyone, by everyone, I mean no one. So I have this thing here. So what we'll do is create some type of layer structure. A break there. 4, 8. Another break. Again, this is just me trying to build something out to get me to maybe about probably 2 minutes. That might be more than I need. And then we'll bring in a riser. All right, I'm gonna stop that. Maybe here. Again, this is just getting a structure down to help me build the track out. And then I didn't copy that. I might even stop at the 145. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we cut this part out. I'll figure out what I want to do at the end here. All right, let's go back. We'll do a. Let's see. Do we have hit? Downer. I like this. I think it's called Submorty. I think is the name of the company. They have some great downers and sounds. I don't know if I need it for maybe the first couple things, and then maybe the end. I'm gonna turn all this down by probably like 10. All right. So let's start with. I'm gonna build this thing out. I like the vocal thing. That's the thing that really stuck out to me. So what I would like to do, maybe I'll create an instrument out of it. We'll do sampler optimized. Again, this is me just winging it. I have no idea what I'm doing. We might do splice. I don't know if I want those. Let's do classic. My life is Polo. Thank you for tuning in. I am on YouTube working on some tracks using some of the centers files that I got. I don't know if this would. Oh, you can jump. I don't have the pin comment. If you jump on over to the YouTube, you can see what I'm working on. All right, let me try something with this. It's actually not in tempo. I gotta try to get it in tempo too. So in this case, I'm going to do follow tempo. See if I can make it work. Appreciate it, man. Says one of the hardest working men I know. Trying to figure this thing out. Or I could take the first. Actually, if I take the first part of this sample, and maybe I can stretch that out. Do a fade. We're definitely gonna have a bunch of effects on there. Maybe for now we'll go quantum. All right, let's do the beginning. Something like that. And maybe we keep this going throughout the whole song. I don't know yet. So that vocal thing you're hearing is from the film. These sounds are provided by the composer. Anyone can download it, but I'm going to see. Hopefully, this thing ends up sounding decent and not something I have to trash. But all right, let's leave that for now. What else do we have? All right, let's see if I can do something with that. We'll go optimized. And I really just only need one hit. Might be too low. If I go 4. Let's see what chords we have. All right, so if we go over, that probably would be somewhere over here. I need the notes to ring out longer. So I could use the audio. Let's go back to the audio, turn this on. And split up the hits like this. And stretch it out, pause. I think it'll match with those keys. I might have to do some editing of the tones, but all right, let's take those hits and we're going to manipulate them. That'll be somewhere maybe over here, a minute and a half in. I don't want to delete those. Let's see how long I want this to ring out. Maybe. So maybe 2 bars. Except the hit is a little late now. Still coming in late. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are watching on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm trying to do with these sounds. And then we'll play the second note there. So I like that. The way that's. And then this one, we also want to have 2 bars. right, this third one, hopefully that sounds good. It's a weird change, but I like it. So we're going to stretch that out. Pause. And then the last one. Oops, that is too much. We are 15 minutes in. We got to get somewhere. And then we might double it up again with some other sounds. Play that part again. Super Clean Sync, thank you for joining in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm trying to do with these centers files. Shout out to Ludwig Göransson for sharing these files. All right, let me get to some other stuff here. Hold on. Ryan says, how do you make a stinger? Make a stinger. I have to do a whole nother video on that, but you can actually buy some sting endings that I have on my site. If you go to fingaz.com and check out the sting endings pack. You won't have to make them. You can just use those royalty free. Comment the word sync. Or use the code SYNC, you can get a discount on that pack. Man, I like that. I like that sound. All right, let me see what I can do with this. This is like, you hear this throughout the whole film. No spoilers for the film. Gotta find the note. All right, found the note. I gotta get the tempo to match. Actually, it's weird because it's not in time. This is gonna be tricky. Okay. All right, I might use the audio. Might use the audio also for that. So and try to make it match the time. So it's that one's in like a weird time signature. So first I gotta change the key of this. I think we're gonna drop it down a couple of notes. There we go. And then I have to figure out what I want to do with how I'm gonna make this a. I can move these up here. I don't think I need all that context stuff yet. Figure out how I'm gonna flip this banjo thing. The timing is off. It's a challenge. I like it. But I gotta figure it out. Let me see. I'm raising up the visual of the MIDI so I can see what it looks like, and then or the audio so that I can try to chop it up a little bit. Okay, let me figure out what I'm gonna do here. It's weird. I can try to pull this out a little bit like that. Let's see what that does at the end here. I could try this way. It's weird. Man, this is really a challenge. The first half was good. I gotta figure out the second half of this. Is this... Or I just keep the first part of it. Let me see if I just loop the first part. What happens? How does that sound? Not bad. All right, let's do that for now. So I won't bring that in until maybe here. Where's the downer? Downer's there, so we'll play that a couple of times. have some fun with that later on. Let me build this out. And hopefully we don't get tired of this thing. All right, now I'm just trying to figure out where I want these layers to go, which for better or worse might be working out. I keep missing everyone. If you're watching on Instagram, come on over YouTube. All right, we're gonna build this. All right, and then take this to the end. Then I'll figure out the rest later. What I will do is put a filter on here so that it doesn't start all loud. And I will open up the filter as we progress in the track. So right now, the beginning sounds like this. Nothing too grand or special. All right. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it more in that that world of things. What I'm gonna do is go to sounds. I'm just gonna look up Brahm. I don't know what key I'm in yet. I gotta figure that out. So if we do, I like that. So I think we're lower than that. So that's G. I think we might be in E. I'm gonna try to lower this until we find the right key. G. We gotta keep trying. Right there. So we are in F sharp. I might bring this end over here to, and then we'll just let this play throughout the song once it comes in. Again, I'll be doing some editing later on. I'm trying to see how far I can get within a certain amount of time. All right, what else do we got? We used the vocals. I'm gonna hide that for now. We use this electric guitar thing. That's actually part of the track over here. I like that part. All right, what else? What else? Electric guitar. What is this one? All right, that's from the soundtrack. So let's see if I can get this in a key that matches the song. One more. And now I gotta get it to find the key. Or the tempo. Let's see if I get this over here. We'll try to stretch it out. Pause. It's pretty close. Let's see if it's too much. We do it over here. All right, good with that for now. I don't know if I'm going to bring that back. And then we have organ. We're almost done with the element sort of. I didn't bring everything in, actually. It's actually not bad for an intro. We just repeat that, but so I might even make this intro longer. Ariana Deans, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube and you can see the track I'm building using some of the stems and audio files from the Center soundtrack that were provided by the composer. I might just start with the vocals. Let's see if we change the key, find a different key for the organ. Nothing yet. Four. 5. That works. Found a winner. Let's play this intro again. So instead of having all these hits at the beginning, let's see how this sounds with just a boom. So that's like the intro. We need to cut the organ. All right, getting there. Let us let's see what do we have. All right, I'm gonna start building out with the contact stuff. I'll do drums first. I'll go to where my user. I have a layer damage and lamp percussion, and I'm going to once it loads up, layer this on. I don't know how long I'm gonna this might be a long episode, but you can also dive into the courses I have on my site, thefingaz.com, to check out courses that I have, making trailer music, epic cinematic percussion, hip hop, cinematic hip hop, all kinds of stuff. This is just me diving in with these sounds, unless, of course, they ask me to take it down. We'll do percussion. I won't go into this. This is a layer of damage 1, 2, and lamp, LA minor percussion. We'll do, let's see what we have here. Beethoven, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over YouTube. You can see what I'm working on. Flipping these Sinners movie soundtrack files. Doing good. I do owe you, I think, an email. It should be a DM. Maybe I'll do that drum. Thank you, Beethoven. So I think that might be too much percussion, but you know what? Right now we're just in creation mode. We'll do triplet in not ending mode. So let me see how this sounds. Is it too long of a break? I don't know. Maybe we'll figure that out later. All right, so we need to have some other stuff. We'll do the percussion, finish percussion. Triplet drum stuff. Still might be too much. Again, I don't know. But for now, it'll be what it is. And then we have 2 more sections. So we might bring in more of these powerful drums around here. Need that to end. But all right, I'm liking it so far. What did I do here? I need that this to cut off right here. Getting there. We will do keep force ferrum. This will be more like metalish percussion. As that loads up, I also need to upgrade my. I need to clear up some space on my computer so that I free up so this stuff loads faster. If you are on YouTube, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you are on LinkedIn, I don't think I can see your questions, so you might have to go to YouTube to drop them in the comments. And if you are on Instagram, jump over to YouTube and you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Too loud. Stop there. Quick edit of tempo stuff. So the stuff is aligned on the beat. Wrong sound. So this is triplet. This will be eighth. All right. Now I'm hearing stuff. So I want to take this. There's a guitar in here from the soundtrack that I chopped up earlier. This one, is it this one? Yep. So I want to layer that with an actual sound iron guitar. Make ferrum play counterpart and concert rhythm. Michael, thank you for tuning in. Make to ferrum play counterpart and concert rhythm. Let me know what you mean, if you can explain that a little deeper. I am going to add more percussion in a little bit. Here, this guitar. If I do, gotta figure out what I'm playing or what this key of the song is. If you want to see the notes, there you go. Might be D. We're in F sharp minor. I'm Lotus Noir. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm working on using the stems from the Sinners soundtrack that Ludwig Göransson provided for people to use. I think I got the notes. Looks like D, F sharp, C sharp, B. We'll figure it out. Here we go. And you know what? I want this to be more of a wider sound. So in this plugin, Sound Iron Axe Machina, or Machina, they have a dual mode. And now I have like stereo guitar. Actually, this last one I want it to be the same note to make it more cinematic. We're gonna duplicate. We're gonna repeat this part here, this bar. If I hit repeat section. See what that sounds like. need anything here. It's going to be like a hit out of that. Probably too long of a break here, but we'll play. This will be the second of the loop, and that will take us home. Option, drag this guitar note here. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2. Why is it not repeating? Playing the wrong shortcut. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. That might be too long at the end, but we'll let it ride. Yeah, I'll figure out the ending later. Quarter note. These are all quarter notes. This whole track is quarter notes. That is the guitar. Let's take it back to the beginning. He says, mix them up, octaves, play power chords. Yep, getting there. This. I was going to chop up that thing, but not anymore. I do have another guitar thing left. I like that. Let's first turn it up so I can see the waveform. Let's get it on a bar. Might be a little off. Let's zoom in more. Still slightly off, but if I can get this in tempo, it'll be something like that, maybe. There we go. All right. And then can't touch it. Let's see. Of course, I can loop the first part again, but I like that it plays something different. So I know I can chop it up. What I can do is probably stretch this part out. Let's see what that sounds like. Or I could take the, let's see, take this note right here. Let's see if that makes sense. Here we go. That is a guitar mute from the center soundtrack. And I just got to get it in the key now. I have a sound. Where's a sound with keys? Guitar. B. So that's in B minor. I have to get it to F sharp minor. We'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go down 5 semitones. This is all like music theory stuff. And it should be in key. Let's find out. Yep, and then I just got to figure out where I want to lay this throughout the track. It's too long of a break. gonna fix all that. Uh-huh. Then maybe we cut these out. To change the drums up here. We might just play the same thing twice here. It'd actually be 3 times, but such is life. Gotta cut that. All right, stop. It's going crazy. What did I say? It might crash. Let me cut this. And he said, who was it? Michael? I might have missed a comment. Power chords, sustains, power chord, mute. Gotta figure out what chords I want to play. At the probably over here. Toshani, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm working on. I don't need the I'm going to play the harmony. Wrong time. 51. Too early. Let me start a little bit further back. Might be too much of a break here. There's too much. The last one, I don't know if I did. Too much happening. C-Gems, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. I want a small riser at the end here too. right, let's add some more. We're gonna go strings short. So I have a lot of track presets that I can just click a track preset and it'll load up some of my sounds for that. So if I load up string short patch, it'll load up a bunch of strings short patches that I have here in Logic. Again, I dive in deeper on the courses I have on my site, but these are track templates and not exactly a session template because I don't always use the same tracks in each session. This is going to take a second to load up, or longer than a second. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're on YouTube, if you are on Instagram, jump over to YouTube. If you're on LinkedIn, this video is probably going to live on YouTube after this, so I'm going to delete it from LinkedIn. But just in case you wanted to watch on LinkedIn right now while I am live, that is fine. Using all this technology, my computer, yeah, it's a great computer. I definitely don't need all of those sounds, so I actually need to get a better short strings patch. Abbey Road 2, I mostly use that for neoclassical stuff. Marcatos, let me see what these sound like. There's a delay, I'm going to fix that. Is this the same? That's actually more pizzicato. You know what? This is a layer. The first one already is a layer. This one right here. If it opens up, I will show you what's in there. We have Pacific strings light. We have, I gotta check we have the aria, and we have the Heavy Foundations staccato strings. The Heavy Foundations is free, sounds like this. Really tight. The Pacific ensemble string sounds like this. Not as tight. Let me try playback. Unless I change the decay. I can make it sound tighter than aria, like also not as tight. I can adjust the reverb or turn it off. I might go with all for now and then add in some reverb later. So this is all three layered together, and I just have to figure out what I want to play here, or where I want to play. Too crazy, just one note, but different octaves. This break is too long. I'm gonna move everything up. Might not have the strings right here. When that weird but fun guitar. That guitar is awesome. I think that's Ludwig also playing guitar there. Might try to play it in the strings. We'll see how it sounds. Like he does like a triplet thing. So we'll do this again. this last guitar thing away. I want to change the percussion stuff here because I want it to match now that I hear what the guitar's doing. So, Toshani says the sound. Thank you, Toshani. Appreciate it. She said this sounds awesome. All right, strings. Short again. Don't mind that. We'll do eighth, but I do want to change something. That one. Play the last note. Maybe. Triplet. Ooh. We'll try to get this. I'm trying to get that melody in there. Do it again. Try not to get into editing mode, but I can't help it. Actually, I might bring the lower ones after that. Back here. All right, that is short strings for now. Lay it at the beginning and breaks. Oh, this sounds awesome. Do the viola. I do. Time is running away. This is going to probably be the longest episode of the podcast. This is a podcast episode, believe it or not. I want to do strings long. I still have a little bit of a ways to go. We're going to go Albion 1. Actually, we'll do strings. I go to Albion 1 strings here. We'll do and I like to layer them with Aria Light. I don't know if it's gonna happen this time. We'll see how it sounds. Aria Light strings. Full. Looking for full ensemble. I might play with the lower strings. Callahan, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm doing with these the soundtrack from Sinners. Oh, that part I like. Ooh. I don't know if I could take that drop down literally with those minor chords, but I do like what's happening there. Or I can only do it a few times, that way we don't get tired of it. So jump on over to YouTube, Callahan, and you can hear the music. The YouTube is in the pinned comments. This break is too long. Yep. Move this back in bar. Yeah, we can do some stringy stuff here. This break might also be too long. I guess all the breaks are too long. It is the end, so maybe having a longer break works. You know what? It is too long because I have that percussion building up to the end. Am I gonna play that? Maybe. I don't know if I like the strings. Let's do it. But for now, strings long. All right, strings long. I have a. Again, I'm just getting the layers together. Right now, these definitely won't use all of these. Do the viola. I use that to a French horn. Also make the strings play staccato. Strings or brass. Need the brass a little. Actually, okay, I like the brass. I do have to do one more string thing. Skip me. Time. Let's go to Travis T. Thank you for joining in. Jump on over to YouTube and you can hear what I'm working on. I go to. What are we doing? If my computer doesn't blow up on me. Salute, thank you for working on that project too. Should be working on that tomorrow. That you and Toshani did. So thank you both for killing it. Strings. In this case, I actually don't need both. We'll go with that, or I'm gonna go with the Orchestral Tools Metropolis Arc 1. This will give me like a high string line. But Travis, come on over to YouTube now. You can hear what I'm working on. Okay. This last one, I'm going to move up an octave. I think all of this is pretty much eighth-ish notes. Danielle, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm working on. My favorite brass sound is actually Hyperion brass. It's going to be a layer, so. Those two sound good. Not a fan of that one right now. The strings are Travis T. They're Albion 1 Spitfire Audio layered with Aria Light from Audio Imperia. That's not, that just sounds too synthy. Maybe lower in the mix with these other two, so it'll sound like this. Maddie B, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm working on. Flipping these stems on today, which happens to be Resurrection Sunday, from the Sinner soundtrack. Ludwig Göransson, the composer of the soundtrack, made these stems available for people to use and do stuff with. I'm sure he didn't plan on someone spending 2-3 hours on them, but such is life. All right, brass, maybe over here. I actually do. I want the brass to play that part. That's where, like, I like that guitar thing. Missed those last 3 chords. I'm debating what inversion of the chord I want to play. Again, maybe a little much music theory, but yeah. And I'm probably not going to hold out that chord. We will play the low note. All right, getting there. I wanted to finish this by within the next 30 minutes, so we'll see. We'll go to slow. Thank you, Tashani. Appreciate it. Maddie, if you're watching on YouTube, also shoot me a DM, or I'll owe you a message. I just gotta finish some stuff. But this week I'm getting back to other stuff. There's actually this thing I want to do, and then there's another contest that I wanted to do. I might go live at that tomorrow or today. But I definitely want to do this today because Sinners came out on the street this weekend. Great film also. No spoilers, but it's an incredible film. Shout out to everyone involved, all the actors. Of course, Ryan Coogler. I would love to work with Ryan Coogler one day. Would love to work with Ludwig Göransson. Actually, Ludwig, if you ever see this, shoot me a message. Because I have a proposition for you because I do panels and things at conferences. I would love to get you somewhere. Pause. Let's do this layer, which crazy, just a brass low layer. It's a bunch of stuff in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Pandora Burst, which is free, sounds like this. It is from the free orchestra from Project Sam. We have Orchestral Tools Metropolis Arc 1, which sounds like this. We have Iceni from Albion, Spitfire Audio Albion. And then Trailer Low Brass from Keep Forest. I think it's, I forgot which one it is. It might be Atlantica. Don't quote me on that. But layered together sounds like this. Good Risers, Travis T. Look up the Fallout Music Group Ascendance plugin. Or you can just go to YouTube, Google and type in like trailer music sound effects and see what risers. My favorite one that I use stuff is the Tremery riser from Submorty. It's in there. I forgot what the name. I think the pack is called Tremery, but Submorty sounds like this. But sounds great. But a poor plugin. Fallout Music Group has a good plugin called Ascendance. All right, let's figure out where this fits in. I might do it here. Here we go. I'm not going to play that last note now that I think about it. Even though I still hear it. Oh, it's in this string. Gotta play what these chords are. This one I'm not gonna play. Play this in again. Debating whether I even want to play that last chord with the strings and brass. Let's cut it. Let's see how it sounds with them cut. I need this to be louder. Let's go back to the beginning. I know there's a bunch of stuff missing. I'm going to start bundling stuff together so the session is a little cleaner. These will be whoosh hits. Lucky, jump on over to YouTube. You can see the track I'm making using the stems from the Sinners film. One more time. Trying to get this ending situated. Is that it? I don't know. All right, more stuff. I'm Smooth. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see the track that I'm making from the stems that were provided by the composer Ludwig Göransson from Sinners. Incredible film. And yeah, spent the last almost 2 hours flipping this thing, hour and a half. Working on this. We're gonna throw in sampler, like a bass. I don't like the clicky thing. Too clicky. Could probably EQ it out. Let's see. Better. I'll call this bass sub. Might want to play that with the bass also. Again. I gotta figure out what to play here. D. It's D, F sharp, C sharp, B. That might be too low. Maybe we'll play it an octave higher. We'll figure it out. bass here at the end. Marshana, thank you for tuning in. We'll just play the no. Except right there. I'm gonna have to change that ending a little bit. I'm hearing something different now. I don't need the bass at the end. I like the choir thing. So that's a sub bass. For right here, I'm hearing something I want to do. Where I don't want the notes to ring out. So I might even have it break. Let's see. What's happening? I don't mind those two playing. Break. What is this one? The choir. Something like that, where there's like the break, and you hear that melody thing cutting through of these tracks. Let me play it again. All right, we're gonna bring in a synth. This will be, will it be Babylon? We'll find out. Like a sleed-ish. Plucky. Not a pluck, and definitely not the echo. Probably lead. And not the delay. Reverb is fine for now. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm doing using these samples that Ludwig Göransson has provided for music creators to use and flip from the Syncrets soundtrack. Spent the last hour and a half working on this. But jump on over to YouTube. You can hear what I have so far. I'm gonna add this synth thing. All is well. Let's catch up soon. Also, I want to. Do I need to play it? Do I need to reinvent the wheel? Because I played it so many times. Maybe we copy what exists. This will be synth lead. Of course, some of them are longer. The first batch is longer, but that might be fine. We'll do a. What will we do? What will we do? EQ. This thing. Don't need any of this stuff. Let's see. So we'll do a frequency, what is it, EQ. We'll open up like the filter. So actually we'll start it lower so that it can open up. It sounds like this. Justy, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. And you can hear what I'm working on. This comes back over here somewhere. All right, what else? Play it from the beginning. Why does it all sound so high? Trying to get some ear candy in here now from Devastator Breakout Pro. Something like that. This. This is hybrid resonations. That frequency brought the feeling out even more. Thank you, Marshana. I'm butchering your name. Joy. Do you like to be called Joy? This is Fallout music group Sonar. Trailer pings its signatures. Stormy Waters, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see what I'm doing, flipping these sounds provided by Ludwig Göransson, composer for the Sinners film. He provided some sounds for us music creators to use, and I'm trying to do something with them. All right, I'm going to bring that in there somewhere. Didn't mean to play it twice, but yeah, this will be like a ping thing. Like this part, it's getting there. It's just this part is really, yeah, not enough there. Luminous Pete, thank you for tuning in. And when there's not enough, I keep feeling like I keep throwing stuff. Thank you, Formation Sound, for tuning in. Keep wanting to add more, even though I don't always have to. Let's go. Huh? Like that. You know what? Ludwig likes 808s. I like 808s. Can we make it work in here? If you haven't seen the film, great film. Sinners. Worth seeing multiple times. In theater, in IMAX, whatever the most expensive way you can see it is. See if I want to do something here. Like that. Too early. Debating what I want to play with the 808 here. All right, that's fine. This I think is 8s. Modfather, you don't have to use Logic. Use what works for you. Luminous Pete, thank you. Appreciate it. Something like that works. We'll do a. He says yes. Formation Sound says yes. Those horns. Appreciate it. Those horns are layers of sound iron, Hyperion Brass Ensemble, Spitfire. This might be Albion. Albion 1 Brass, and then Brass Ensemble, probably from Contact. Let's see. It's from Contact, but it was actually made by Sound Iron also. So it's basically 2 Sound Iron Brass libraries layered with Spitfire audio. All right, let's go back. I really like that. I really like it. Speaking of horns, I have brass shorts. There's a free. Let's see if it's in this layer here. If it loads up, there's actually 2 free ones layered here. This one is the free orchestra from Project Sam. You can download that. They have 2 free orchestras now. This one is from the free orchestra 2, the second one. Not sure if I'm liking that one yet. And then this one is a free one from Heaviosity Foundations called Staccato Brass. Really like that one. It cuts through. Let's see how all 3 of them sound. So all 3 of those are free, actually. Not bad. Let's go over here. Let's see if I can just copy the MIDI, because work smarter, not harder. I don't need the last bit. Where we go? Moving too fast. All right, what were we doing? What is this? I don't know what this was. Not that. Let's go to Loopy Loop. Bender signature. I would have done lower to feed the vibes. Luminous P from 37. Is that bar 37? Let's see if I can get this. What am I looking for? G. Or that. Let me see how long this loop is. Might be 2 bars. I mean 8 bars. Let's do this. Let's see if that plays the whole thing. Except I need this to play out all 8. And then we can bring it back over here. More drums. Tommy Profit percussion. Shout out to Tommy Profit. He was a panelist at Sync Spotlight Atlanta. For those who attended Sync Spotlight Atlanta, thank you for attending. Tommy Profit and Sam Tenez were on an epic panel talking about Sync. They are Sync legends in the Sync space. So appreciate them and their teams for allowing them to be a part of Sync Spotlight Atlanta. Shout out to the whole Sync Spotlight team. I was the manager for the last 2 years, and I will be the manager hopefully next year, Lord willing. Sync Spotlight 2026 is currently in the works. It will be back in Atlanta in April, so stay tuned for details for that. But his drums are also awesome, so. Just got to figure out which sound I want to use to layer these. So I just need one. What is happening with these? So what do we have? Whoa, cover your ears. See what that sounds like. Probably not here. Well, let's see. Made by Mars. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see the track I'm building out using the stems from the Sinners film soundtrack that Ludwig Göransson has shared for music creators to use. Boom at the end. Make it final. I might add, I'm debating whether I want to add a choir. What did I just add? This thing. What was I gonna add here? More bass stuff. If I go to drums, press. Even though I have a lot of those also. Do we need more? I don't know. Actually, we have trailer Brahms. so I can play the actual notes. This is from Music Group, I believe, also. Might take a second to load up. I gotta finish this because I gotta take our dog for the walk and gotta go spend the rest of the evening with the missus. But I would say 2 hours well spent, especially if I can get this to Ludwig and I can have a conversation with him about this. Maybe. Maybe. I might have to call it quits. Let's see, what is this thing? All right, we're going to turn the stuff down, the 10-ish. I have a patch I borrowed from a Junkie XL video long ago where he uses this sort of, he doesn't use Goldfoss, but he threw like 3 APIs on there. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. But does it sound good here? Maybe. Let me go to the end. It does. What is, where's the synth lead stuff? Pingy stuff. All right, let's go here for the beginning. Symbols. Just using Spitfire Audio cinematic percussion here. I'll see where I want to come in. Probably over here. We'll call this symbols. Getting there. I'm gonna go crazy with the patty stuff. It's just a crazy pad layer that I have. Whether I'm gonna use all of them, probably not. Let's just see what it sounds like. Let's see what's out. They are all not loaded up. At some point there is a point of no return, and probably past that, but keep adding stuff. This is the Fragile String Evolutions from Spitfire Audio. Fragile String Evolutions. Spitfire Audio. not hearing the chords that I played there. Back to that part. One more time. I think that'll be it for now. Not that I can do much with it. So 2 hours and 10 minutes well spent. Unless there's like a center spin off. Let's catch up. Formation. Yeah, let's definitely catch up. All right, I'll play it one more time. I think I'm basically done with this. But here we go. that's it. Thank you for tuning in. This is an episode of the podcast Syncrets To Success on YouTube. Check out the links in the description. Once I edit the links in the description. Shout out to Ludwig Göransson. Shout out to the whole team. Ryan Coogler, everyone on the Sinners film. Hopefully they see this and like it and hear it. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Again, check out the links. Follow me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out more episodes of this podcast coming soon. And join my Facebook group. I will have links in the description for that as well. And then you can check out some other resources that I use for sync licensing, some resources that I use, and some resources that I offer, including stuff on my site. Go to Fingaz.com. You can check out courses, not unlike this, but I go more into detail where I am making trailer music. I'm making epic cinematic music, making Disney style music. I have a bunch of courses on there. I have sample packs on there. I have Sting endings, which is great for sync licensing as well. So check out all the things once I edit the description. Thank you all for the support and for tuning in, and see you next time. All right, peace.